Welcome to our bestseller launch live stream for Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women Bringing Light to the World. I'm Laura Rubenstein, and it is my pleasure to turn this over to Gail Watson, the founder of Women Speakers Association, to start our celebration off. Hey, Gail.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you. And we are here to celebrate some amazing women today, so I'm so glad you're joining in. We are here to introduce you to 47 remarkable women from across the globe. Each of these gifted individuals bring her unique perspective, strength, and knowledge to light, sharing transformative insights that aim to uplift and guide us towards a more conscious, compassionate, and connected world. We're deeply grateful to have everyone here today. We're from all corners of the world, and that reminds us that we are all interconnected and that together we can create lasting change. Before we jump in to meet all these amazing women, I'd first like to introduce you to Anne Marie Decker, the visionary behind the foreword and the inspiration for this year's theme of Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women Bringing Light to the World. She is a powerful storyteller and advocate for the transformative power of sharing our stories. Anne Marie is dedicated to helping individuals recognize the wisdom embedded within their own experiences. She understands that when we speak our truth, we not only free ourselves, but we also inspire others to do the same. And her commitment to storytelling and the importance of amplifying women's voices is reflected in every page of this book. So I'd like to pass it over to Anne Marie.
Thank you, Gail. That was quite an introduction. Thank you so much. It was a real honor for me to write the foreword and to write about something that that reflects all the wonderful stories and the women in this book. I'd just like to read a little piece of what I wrote, and it's about the lotus flower. The lotus flower begins its life as a seed in dirty, muddy water. After germination, a tiny seedling will emerge and roots will start to grow in the mud. It will then grow leaves and a bud. Eventually, the leaves and the flower bud are pushed toward the light above the murky water. Once above the water, the bud will open into a flower for a couple of hours before it closes again and retreat underwater. This ritual is repeated for 4 days when the flower returns for the last time back to the mud to become this nourishment for the next flower. The stories that are in Voices of the 21st Century are very much like the leaves and the lotus flower rising from the mud. It is what I'd also like to say that what these stories also say, it's nothing is impossible. And I want to quote Audrey Hepburn, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." Congratulations, authors. You've done a fantastic job. Your stories are the ones that we all need to read. Thank you.
And thank you, Anne Marie. It's such a beautiful foreword. I love this whole concept of blossoming. And so what we want to do is hear from each of the authors today about their story that they shared and what you'll take away from that. So let's go over to our first author today. I'm going to invite Karen Anderson to come on up and share about your chapter.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen Anderson, and my chapter appears on page 7 and is titled Where Shall I Die? In it, I share the first of many life and death decisions I needed to make when I was living in an abusive relationship. I hope it gives you insights and compassion for the women who are currently living in abusive relationships.
Absolutely, such an important topic. And thank you for sharing your heart and soul. And I'd like to invite Zeenath to share with us about your story.
Hey, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be part of this 47 amazing authors around the world. Thank you for the invite. So my name is Zeenath Qureisha, and my chapter is about Beyond Grief, Raising from Ashes. So this this chapter is dedicated for those who have lost a loved one or someone special in their life and just couldn't come back to their normal self. So this chapter is dedicated for you. This chapter is all about how do you overcome grief, how do you deal with society, and how do you spring back to your best self again. So yeah, read on, and I'm sure this is going to help those who really need to
Yes.
overcome grief in some way.
Absolutely. I mean, grief is one of the hardest things for people to confront and to participate in when they have loved ones who have grief. So thank you for sharing this wisdom with us. And in this book, Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women Bringing Light to the World, like Zenith and Karen have shared, there's so much wisdom to be had. So I want to invite those of you watching today to grab your copy at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. It's only 99 cents today for our launch to help us celebrate and boost us even further into the best-selling status. So I'd like to hear now from Shelley Dean, if you could share a little bit about your chapter.
Sure. Hi, I'm Shelley Deem, and I live in the heartland of America, and I'm excited to be here. Have you ever found yourself building someone else's dream or bankrupt of your own? In the 21st century, it's so easy to find ourselves as wives and mothers and business women in that position. So however, I want to inspire you to awaken those dreams that have appeared lifeless or dormant, or better yet, even dream new dreams altogether. So it's okay to dream again is my chapter. And I want to encourage you to dream God-sized dreams. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. That sounds very inspiring. Can't wait to read it. And you can see the depth and breadth that we have here in this book. So I'd like to bring up now Karen Collins to share about your chapter.
Hi, giving praises to God. Hello, everyone. My name is Karen K.C. Collins. The title of my chapter is the Mephibosheth Syndrome. Restoration is available and comes from God. In my chapter, I reveal my correlation with a little-known biblical person. What I hope you will take away from my story is how I was crippled mentally, emotionally, and spiritually at the age of 5, and how God restored me, igniting my life for my good and for his glory. Thank you in advance for your purchase of our book.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom and the guidance you received. And Renee Bjorg, would you like to share about your story?
Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Renee Bjorg. The name of my story is More Than Enough. It starts on page 21. And this story is about connecting with your infinite self and stepping into the magic of being you. You don't want to miss this.
Woohoo! The magic, like magic wands. This is a magical, purposeful, oh my gosh, book. You won't want to put it down. And what I love about it is that each story is 1,000 words. It's really what I call snackable. So grab your copy. It's easy to get. It's only 99 cents at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com or on Amazon. Look for Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women. All right. We have Tracy here with us today too. Tracy, would you share about your story?
Hi, everybody. My name is Tracy Eman, and my chapter is The Wisdom to Know Yourself. And in this, I share some of the things I've gone through in my life to get to where I'm at right now, and that every venture outside of your comfort zone actually leads you closer to discovering what's unique about yourself and carving your own niche in the world. So I invite you to read my chapter and reach out if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. And Kashan, I'd love for you to share about your chapter.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. Let me see. So the title of my chapter is Beyond Belief, How Actions Manifest Miracles. And I thought for this installment, I would use a story that starts off with a bit of nostalgia, something that we all experience. And I take us on a journey through my senior year of high school. And I share about just an impactful moment that I had with an instructor that stayed with me throughout the rest of my life and has really been the cornerstone in me rising to even take part in this book. And it talks about just how we are to play a part in our own destiny. I think sometimes we wait for others to show up for us when we really can say yes and take that partnership and show up for ourselves as well. So that was the highlight of my chapter.
Yeah, good points, Kashawn. We have these turning points in our lives. And in case any of you are wondering, your story matters out there. Just like these women who are sharing about their stories, even though those pivotal moments that maybe you never thought to share, we love bringing them to you here in Voices of the 21st Century. So Alex, we'd love for you to share a little bit about your story too.
Yes, I would love to. My name is Alex Alexandra X Queen from Dream Warriors Coaching. I'm actually here in Sydney, Australia, and my chapter is about breaking the chain, a tale of resilience, rebellion, and rebirth. This is the chapter where I share my personal stories of how I overcame the fear of abandonment, gender discrimination, and societal expectation in the rural China in the one-child policy era. And now I break free from the chain of people pleasing and create my own dreams and making a global impact through self-awareness, forgiveness, and self-love. So I would love you to let me know and give your feedback about my chapter, and also love to hear your story as well.
Thank you, Alex, and thanks for sharing not only the lessons learned, but an insight into the culture that you grew up in. And this is just a powerful book. We have so many diverse perspectives and wisdom in here. And that leads me to Knock. Please share about what your story is about.
Well, thank you, Laura. My name is Knock Tran, and my chapter is titled The Pissed Off CPA on a Mission. Why am I pissed off? Is because I have an accounting degree, finance degree, a CPA license, and I was financially complacent in my financial journey. So there were things in my own gap in wealth building that I didn't know. So I share my journey of empowering myself and now empowering others in their financial journey and impacting their lives and shifting their financial paradigm. So I know there's many wonderful nuggets in my story, so enjoy. And like all the other stories, they're amazing chapters of our life and our journey and our wisdom that we're sharing.
Yes, I am sure there's all kinds of nuggets there and in the book throughout. So I want to invite you all who are watching to grab your copy of Voices of the 21st Century Wise Women Bringing Light to the World at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. And that leads me to Gail. Gail, I know you had a chapter in this book too. So would you be willing to share about yours?
Sure. Inspired by the women that are part of Voices of the 21st Century, really amazed by each and every one of them, how they can release and free themselves from certain things. I had 4 words that really were shackles around my confidence and my voice. And I released them in this book. So if you want to find out what they are, please read my story. It's called Embracing Your Voice, A Journey to Belief. Thank you.
Awesome. Can't wait to read that too. Totally inspiring. And we also have Karen Taylor Dade. Would you be willing to share about your story too?
Thank you, Laura. Yes, my chapter is about successfully defying industry gender stereotypes. I really encourage you to believe in yourself. Don't listen when you're told you can't. Because if you think you can, you really can. And my journey in the hospitality tourism industry is testament to the fact that you can. And I'm very proud of that journey, and I've been able to share that journey and encourage others to actually realize their potential and to move on into bigger spaces than they ever believed were possible for themselves. So I'm very proud to be part of this group of women, and I really appreciate the support we've received from Gail and Laura and the cohort that have put so much into making this journey and this book possible. Thank you.
And thank you. We wouldn't be here without you and all the authors. And, from what Karen, you said, and all the other authors here today, we really are pointing to there's nothing we can't overcome. And not only that, there's nothing we can't overcome and then thrive. And in my chapter, From Resilience to Radiance, I reveal my story of evolving from being invisible to becoming magnetic. So if you're ready to get to that magnetic level, grab your copy at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com and glean the wisdom from all our authors today. Now, this all couldn't have been possible without also our team and our publisher, Laura Baxter. So I wanted to bring Laura Baxter up to share about what we've accomplished so far.
Thank you, Laura. It is wonderful seeing you all today. It is just, it has been a beautiful journey, being able to read your stories, to be able to accompany you all on this journey with creating this book. And if you have not yet heard the news, you are all now #1 international best-selling authors. We have hit #1 in 5 countries in 9 different categories, and it's continuing. So keep promoting it. And anyone watching this, again, as Laura said, 99 cents for the ebook, and get in touch with these famous and these really talented authors, to just be able to learn more about their stories and connect with them, because these stories are moving. There were moments in reading the book where I was really moved to tears, and it would not have been possible without having a magnificent team behind us. I would like to just share with you who all was really involved with this. So from the graphic design, and as you can see from our backgrounds, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. The graphic designs, our 2 graphic designers are Natasha Clausen and Veronica Grabanovica. And then from the editing, we've got Elise Abram, who did the main editing, working individually with our authors to really to hone their stories. And then in proofreading, Kathy McMahon. And then for marketing and just helping our team, this is one of the beautiful things about the Women Speakers Association, is if you get involved, you really have someone there to help you at every aspect when you're talking about your business. And the marketing is Charmaine Hammond. She really helped the team, all of our authors, figure out how to move forward with their books, how to use their books as they're incorporating that into their business. And then Tracy Eman, you've already heard about her story tonight. She's our technical genius, who also created the website for the Voices book and the Voices of the 21st Century book. And the two most, I would say, most important people in this entire project, Laura Rubenstein, who has led us through this evening. Without Laura, it would not be possible. She's created this entire system. She's kept us on track. And it's just, it's been wonderful working with you, Laura. And last but not least is the founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, Gail Watson. Gail, it is your vision that has brought us to this point. And it has been, for me personally, been moving to learn more about you and your vision of helping women find their voice and share their voices. And that's without you, this would not have been possible. So thank you all. Thank you to our authors. Enjoy. You're now best-selling authors.
Woohoo! Big congratulations to all of us. Give yourselves a round of applause or hands here. It's just amazing. This is our 8th time as a international best-selling book, The Voices of the 21st Century. We have a beautiful poem. One of the things that makes our books in recent years unique is that Zan Johns writes a poem that is so on theme for the times in the book. It's called Sage Awakening, and I highly encourage you to get the book, to read it. It's the book is worth it just to open it up to that precious piece of text, really empowering to who women are, what we stand for, and what we can create in the world. So Gail, is there any additional thoughts, comments, suggestions you want to add today?
Just my heart is overflowing with gratitude and love for each of you, and your stories run deep. I just want to thank each and every one of you really for showing up and digging deep and finding the courage to share those stories. You do make a difference in this world by simply showing up and sharing these stories. I want to just thank you so much. Love you all so much. And of course, to the entire team, you're amazing at pulling this all together. So thank you. And everybody watching, please support these women's voices. Get them out into the world. They deserve to be out there.
Yay. And so where can you do that? You can do that at voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com. We will look for your sales and your reviews on Amazon. And thank you again, authors, for sharing your hearts and your soul and your wisdom in the books. Bye for now.